All right, we are here today with Matthew from Variable Guitars to talk to him about his brand and what he does to hand make them. So here's a real quick overview of some of the demonstration models he has here today. So Matthew, how long have you been doing this?
We've been at this about 5 years. First started off as just doing kind of an invite-only thing to get us off the ground. And so we've been open to the public now for two and a half years now. It's a one-man custom shop in Northeast Ohio. So everything we do is build to order, so whatever you want. We'll go through a couple of the samples here and show you some options, but really, more or less, the sky's the limit kind of thing. You know, if you've got the money and the time, I'm willing to cater to your every variable.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess let's start down here at the end and tell us what you got here.
Okay. So starting off here, we have what I call my traditional. This is a kind of a T-style guitar, my own take on that. It's a two-piece cherry body within a Spanish cedar neck and a Chechen fretboard. And it's running a set of OEM quarter pounder style pickups with a modern bridge.
Very nice. What's the scale on that one?
It's a 25 and a half
25 and a
inch
half?
scale, yeah. So you got your standard Fender scale. This here then is our Vector body shape, which is a half flying V style. This one in particular is a 7-string 26 and a half inch scale. And then this has a experimental laminate neck on it. The particular species of this neck I'm not offering yet because of questions about their stability, but certainly we can do any kind of laminates of all the common woods that you might want, like maple, mahogany, purple heart, padauk. Again, if we can get it, we can do it.
Very nice. And we got over here
Next up, we got the a 4-string bass. This is the Radical body shape with a carved top, sporting a set of the EMG passives, and then set up with my personal preference, which is a master volume blend and master tone. This also, one of the things is although I do limit all of my builds to be bolt-on, that doesn't mean you have to give up that upper fret access, because this has a fully sculpted heel on it then.
Very nice.
And that's always an option on all of our builds.
The one-piece maple?
And that's this one-piece maple neck.
What do you have on here for fretboard? Is that
That is
heart?
a red heart, a species of red heart.
Very nice. What we got going on over here?
Over here then is one of our very popular models, as it's turned out, which is this. This is simply called the offset body, and this one is a one-piece black limba body with a one-piece African mahogany neck and a spalted zebra wood fretboard. This one in particular set up with a set of P90s and a Goto licensed Floyd Rose, which, as I said, has been very popular. We've made several of these already.
Very nice. And I love the satin finish on these. They're really smooth.
This actually, our standard finish would be a satin neck, and then what we call a medium gloss finish, which is on this one as well as the traditional that we saw earlier.
Yeah,
they're both
it
where
feels
it's
just as smooth as a high gloss finish.
It's gloss, but not mirror gloss.
Yeah, that's really
that's
nice.
what we have as our standard finish. But we can do a straight satin, or even with certain colors, we can do a fully matte. That's only with the solid colors that we can do a true matte versus a satin. But we do offer that as well, and also high gloss.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and it feels amazing. All right, what do we got going on here?
And here we have this is a 5-string short scale. It's a 30-inch scale 5-string bass. This one actually is finished with the body and headstock in a high gloss jet black. Otherwise, this also then has a single Bartolini pickup with a single active tone control. So instead of having an EQ, it's actually got an active tone control on it, which kind of just works as a a kind of a gentle preamp, we'll call it.
String through body. You got active pickups in this?
It's sort of like a preamp. So it's a passive pickup, but with just an active tone control that does have a passive bypass so that you don't have to run it on batteries.
And you do have a 3-piece neck on here.
That one is a 3-piece maple mahogany maple neck.
Yeah, that looks good. Very nice.
And then it's an Indian rosewood fretboard and all bound fretboard and a bound body on there.
And you got 3-ply binding on this one?
The body is 3-ply binding, and then the neck is just single ply.
Yeah. Very
That's
nice.
again the option of if you want something bound and you want 3-ply or 5-ply.
Your truss rod adjustments down here?
Yes, our standard truss rod adjustment on all basses is at the heel, whereas on all guitars it's at the headstock.
Gotcha. Now here's a crazy configuration here.
Yes, so here we have again the radical body shape like we had on the 4-string bass, but double the strings here on an 8-string multi-scale. This particular one goes from a 25 3/4 to a 27-inch scale from the treble to bass side. It is a 2-piece maple body and then a 1-piece maple neck. So this is all solid maple.
It reminds me of the Zakk Wylde. You got a really nice smooth satin on the neck, man. It just
that's
super
again
fast.
Fast, thin satin neck on there, but then with a medium gloss on the body and headstock, as well as, since this has a maple board, this has a gloss maple fretboard on it as well.
The grain in this makes it look like it has a reverse stinger on it. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. With our scarf joints, all of our angled headscotts are done with scarf joints and volutes. If you are somebody who doesn't like a volute, we can omit it, but our standard when you do an angled headstock is to have a volute.
Very nice. And your inlays, what did you use on those?
The inlays, that has standard black acrylic. We can do all kinds of different patterns. I don't have anything here as a sample right now with anything kind of crazy or out of the normal. We do have pearl on the 5-string, but I have done some other things as well. I've done some different. I've used some material that's called I think it's called graphite mineral. It's got it's a dark, like a black pearl type pattern, but a little bit different. And very recently, I just finished a build that actually used faux lapis lazuli for the inlay.
Yeah.
So we've got a number of different. I've also got from that same supplier, I was able to get some faux malachite as well. So if you like kind of like the green jade type look,
right.
I've got material stashed away that we can cut that in virtually any shape. I run kind of a hybrid production. Everything is hand finished, but I do use a CNC for all of the inlay and fret slotting work. So all the frets are cut accurately, and we can do either simple or advanced inlay, whatever you want. That's not too much to accommodate. But then we still have that care of and attention to detail with hand finishing. Every neck, the final carve to the final shape is all done by hand. All contour cuts on any of the bodies are all done by hand. So we strike that balance between modern production and timeless craftsmanship.
Right. Yeah, I personally like a blank fretboard or dots. I just like a real clean, simple.
Yep. Yeah, we've done. That's actually, even though we have all kinds of inlay options, our most popular still are dots, just usually in slightly less traditional arrangements, like along the one side or the other, or just partial ones. Yeah. Yes, for that 7-string, I've done several like that with the small inlays.
Have you done any with the brass pipes or aluminum pipes where you stick it in a little bit and cut it off?
I have not done any of those yet, but we're always open to try new things. We're and that's the other thing. We're always experimenting, trying new things. If you've got some crazy idea, not that long ago, we did a build that's a 5-string fretless, or should I say, it's mostly fretless. It features a single removable 25th fret. The player in question who ordered that likes to play slap now and again, and was dissatisfied with the slap sound that you would get from just a fretless, and so had an idea of, can we put a removable fret in? so that when he doesn't slap, he can have the full range of the board. But when he wants to
Right.
play slap style, he's got the extra percussive effect of the 20, and in this case, it's the 25th fret is what we have on it.
Right, that's cool.
That build also featured a piezo in the bridge, so we're always open to try and experiment and do things. One thing to just be aware of there, of course, is that bear with us. Experimentation takes time.
Right, yeah.
So if you're willing to be patient, we are certainly willing to try whatever kind of outlandish ideas that you might have. That's
Right.
the point here is to cater to your every variable. Make the guitar you want, something that you want that you've never had. That's what got me started in this, is that I wanted sets of features that no one offered the exact set of features.
Yep.
And so I said, well, why don't I just make the set of features that I want?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then talking to other fellow musicians that they had the same kinds of wants, is that, oh, well, yeah, not that set of features, but there's this other set of features that I want that I can't quite get.
So you're kind of like Gibson's made to measure, but you can do whatever you want.
Further,
but further.
Our goal is to we can provide you with kind of list of options if you want that, but our intent is to work one-on-one and be a true custom shop as opposed to a pick off of a menu type thing.
Right.
We do offer a less expensive line. We have 2 tiers of pricing, and the less expensive one, you are limited in your customization options. Then that would be more like some of these build to measure, or like how Kiesel Guitars does theirs, where you've got 100 options, but you've just got 100 options. You don't have a million options.
Right.
Whereas if you step up to our custom tier, then anything goes, more or less.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Sky's basically the limit. If you're willing to put forth the patience to get it done and the money required to get it done, we'll get it done for you.
What do you normally use for your hardware? What brands do you like to stick
we
with?
do our standard hardware for everything is Goto typically, except on those lower priced special builds. We have worked with some OEM manufacturers, so we do offer low cost unbranded hardware, but if you want to step up to brand name hardware, we stock a number of Goto items as standard. Also for tuners, we normally use either Goto or Hipshot tuners on all of our products, regardless of price
I've heard a lot
tier.
of good about the Hipshot.
Yeah, I can't fault either one. A lot of it comes down to kind of personal taste and stylistic things. Whose knob, Hipshot has certain knob styles that other people don't, and so maybe you like those better, or you like the open design that the Hipshot offers, or maybe you want a vintage style tuner that Goto offers, or that someone else offers. We're always willing to use any hardware or electronics that we can readily buy. We will use. We don't. It's going to cost whatever it costs. Then we maintain limited stock of certain things that we can suggest, but otherwise, if you want to get it and we can get it, that's what we'll do.
Which pickups do you normally lean on for when you're building a guitar?
We've gone kind of all over the place for different things. We've done kind of your standard Seymour Duncan and DiMarzio, but we also like working with some smaller groups. I always recommend Bootstrap pickups from here in Ohio, as well as Greenville pickups up in Michigan. Both of those guys do great work, and they, in between them, basically cover all your bases that you want, from everything from a classic Strat to a high gain humbucker.
Yeah, that's
one
good
one
to
of those
hear.
guys will have
There's
it.
only one you didn't mention, and that was Brandon Wound. They're another local builder.
Oh, are they? I'm not familiar with them. I'll have to look them up.
Blaze Loft uses them a lot, and they also use the Greenville as well. Cliff over there from
From
Guitars,
Clifton, yeah.
he's familiar with the Brandon Wound as well too. So check them out.
Cool,
And,
yeah. Well, I'll
Virgil
have to
Arlo's.
look them up.
Virgil Arlo's are hand wound. They're made in California, and they are very pricey, but I got a bunch of sets of those too. Really good aftermarket pickups. But yeah, check those out.
When it comes down to it, since we are build to order, it's whatever the customer
Right.
wants. If you want to set $1,000 pickups,
Right?
okay,
Yeah.
or we can give you a
Seymour
set of.
Duncan actually has some that are $1,000 a piece. They're wound with silver. Seriously.
We can also, though, if you just want a $50 set of
Squire
good
pickups,
solid
yeah.
pickups,
Yeah.
we'll go with those too.
But yeah, you did really nice work, and I see it at a lot of the shows, and I usually don't, I try not to bother people. They'll tell you, I don't want to be famous, or I don't want to be filmed. You just respect them and move on. And then if they want to say something, they'll usually go, hey, can I show you this? And you were always just kind of quiet. So
Oh, no, because it goes the other way too. If I see somebody coming along, especially somebody videoing, and they don't say anything, I expect that maybe they want to be left alone as well.
Well, but that's why I reached out to you. I'm like, you know, I see him all the time, and he does like beautiful work. You got beautiful guitars, so.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad we made the connection, and we're able to talk about your brand of guitars, because my YouTube followers absolutely love this kind of stuff. So just fit right up their alley.
Well, that's great.
I appreciate your time and everything, and I'll have all your information in the description below. So if they want to have a guitar custom built, give you a call, and you guys can start discussing that, right?
Awesome.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you again, and
thank you.
Check out his shop, guys.